Good day. Good morning, Doc Maxi. Good morning, fellow classmates. I'm happy to present to you our topic entitled The Learning Environment in Part 1 of Psychological Foundation of Education. Together with me is the very gorgeous Ma'am Mary Ann Acelar. What is the learning environment and what are the content of it? Objectives 1. Understand the role of a teacher as key factor in classroom learning situation. 2. Know the different theories of motivation and its importance. 3. Differentiate the teaching styles versus the learning styles. 4. Know the role of communication in the teaching learning process. Introduction. Learning environment refers to the diverse physical location, context, and cultures in which students learn, aims to create a total environment that optimizes the ability of the students to interact and learn. We have teacher, the key factor in the classroom learning situation. Teacher, as the key factor in the classroom learning situation, is to help students learn by imparting knowledge to them and by setting up a situation in which students can and will learn effectively. Also, the teacher is the yardstick that measures the achievement and aspirations of the nation. Every teacher knows that even best curriculum and the most perfect syllabus remains dead unless quickened into life by the right method of teaching and right kind of teachers. The people of a country are in large replica of a teacher. It is also the nation builder. A teacher is a person who provides education for people, one who teaches and instructs, helps students to acquire knowledge, competence, and virtue. Now, we will know the nature of motivation and its relation to learning. Motivation is a complex part of human psychology and behavior that influences how individuals choose to invest their time, how much energy they exert in a given task, how they think and feel about the task, and how long they persist the task. Also, the motivation is used in psychology as education to boost and direct student behavior. It points students in right direction and attempts to keep them going in that direction. So, what are the importance of motivation? One, we have here direct activities towards the achievement of goals. Next, controls and directs human behavior. Also inculcates spiritual and moral values in the minds of the young, and it gives satisfaction and happiness to the individual. As you could see on the screen, we have there the major components of motivation. We have the activation, persistence, and intensity. Theories of motivation. Motivation theory is the study of understanding that drives a person to work towards a particular goal or outcome. It's relevant to all of society, but is especially important to education. That's because a motivated teacher is more productive and a more productive teacher is more effective. Do you agree? This time we will know the three main theories on motivation. 1. Optimal level theory, which stresses living beings strive to optimal levels of some attribute like arousal, stimulation, tension for aging, and motion. In accordance with optimal level theory, motivation and striving to attain achievement are primary. Second, the psychoanalytic theory. is the theory of personality organization and the dynamics of personality development that guides psychoanalysis, a clinical method for treating psychopathology. It was first laid out by Sigmund Freud in the late 1900s. Psychoanalytic theory has undergone many refinements since his work. 3. The humanistic theory, an outlook or system that focuses on human beings rather than supernatural or divine insight. This system stresses that human beings are inherently good and that basic needs are vital to human behaviors.
To Dr. Maxi Yanguas and to all my classmates, good day. This is Mrs. Mary Ann S. Acelar, Teacher 3 from Uton Central Elementary School, for the continuation of the report of Mrs. Lucille Joy Paniergo in the topic, the environment. To start my report, I will discuss the importance of motivation techniques to motivate students. Motivation is an important predictor of learning and achievement. Students who are more motivated to learn persist longer, produce higher quality effort, learn more deeply, and perform better in classes and on standardized tests. Given the key role the student motivation plays in learning, making school more meaningful for students seems vital to educational reform. Encouraging students to find value in what they're learning can lead to more interest in the topic they are learning, increased engagement, and higher achievements. Motivations allows to change behavior, develop competencies, be creative, goal-oriented, grow interest, make plans, and boost engagement to students. What are the rules of communication in teaching learning process? Number one, communication processes involve verbal, nonverbal, and paraverbal components and designed to mediate student and teacher behavior. Interaction between teachers and students can contribute to effective communication in the classroom. Number two, as teaching is basically communication, it's important to incorporate all aspects of communication process in an environment with as little distracting noise as possible. Also, the teaching communication process will work best when you have good general communication with the child. Number three, communication establish positive interrelations with students. Number four, good communication provide structure and clarity of rules without using punishment. Number five, it makes the learning more fun by using creative teaching strategies. Noise, the element which interfere with the communication, be it on the physical or psychological level. Noise impacts the message, changing it or erasing it. How do we produce noise? It should have a sender, the person sending the message, the channel, the physical system that is sending the signal or the message, and the destination, the person receiving the message, the one being taught, or the one in the process of learning. It is the mutual interest of everyone involved in the process to get the best message possible. Why do we need too much environmental learning style? Learning environments play a crucial role in the student's success. Several factors can affect learning ability, including seating, light, noise, and even color. Students who study in a positive learning environment have been shown to be more motivated, engaged, and have a higher overall learning ability. On the other hand, Students learning in poor environments, those that are uncomfortable, loud, or full of distractions, will find it far more difficult to absorb information and stay engaged. Children differ in the way they learn. Learning is a complicated dynamic process, and aspects of individual interact with aspects of the environment in the ways that assist or impede learning. To increase child's potential for learning, one must understand the individual, the educational environment, and the ways in which these two factors interact. What are the 10 characteristics of a highly effective learning environment? First, the students ask more questions than the teacher. Second, questions are valued over answer. Third, ideas come from the divergent sources. Fourth, a variety of learning models are used. Fifth, classroom learning empties into a connected communities. Sixth, learning is personalized via a variety of criteria. Seventh, assessment is persistent, authentic, transparent, and never punitive. Eighth, the criteria for sources is diverse, transparent, and co-created with the student and families. Ninth, learning habits are constantly modeled. And last, they are constant and creative opportunities for practice and growth. Teaching styles versus learning styles. Teaching styles refers to reflect the benefits and values that teachers hold about the learner's role in learning, while learning styles provide insights into the ways learners perceive, interact with, or respond to the environment in which learning occurs. Number one, field independent teacher is content-oriented, using formal teaching methods, less student involvement, structured class activities. Second, field-dependent teacher prefers structure and guidance from the other teacher. When students' learning preferences match their instructor teaching style, motivation and improvement usually improve, but some students may do not, with a learning teaching mismatch. What are the 5 perspectives on teaching can help teachers to identify, articulate, and justify their teaching approaches? Number one, transmission. Focus on content, teacher directed. Number two, developmental. Value students' prior knowledge. Direct students to develop more complex understanding. Number three, apprenticeship. Authentic task is real world settings. Number four, nurturing. Focus on interpersonal elements and students' emotional and intellectual needs. 5. Social reform. Relate ideas explicitly to the lives of the students. And that's all for our report. Thank you.